Hello, welcome. This is Insti and I'm continuing playing Agatha Christie's Then There Were None. Last episode we managed to go around guests' rooms and get to know a little bit how the layout of the house. As we have noticed, there's 10 people, me included, although I shouldn't be here, but I am here. But the 9 of the other ones were invited by you and Owen. A few were 2 or 3 maybe were invited by either through agencies or with other names. So yes, what are we doing now? Nothing sinister hasn't happened yet, but give it time, give it time. We have diary, we have Panama locks. Are these something I can read?
I transcribe the pertinent passages in my notebook.
Okay.
I transcribe the pertinent passages in my notebook. I transcribe the pertinent passages in my notebook.
Right. Have you done the diary already?
Normally, I would never violate someone's privacy this way. However, given the circumstances, I will examine the entries for clues and transcribe any passages I find pertinent.
Okay, that's good. And something stuck in my throat. What did we have? I think I read this already. Plus King James Bible. So, wait.
This could use a closer look.
So King James, Song of Solomon 3.
This bears a closer look.
And these were in same room. So we. How does this work?
I can't get them to fit. Those don't work together.
Okay.
I can't get them to fit.
How do I use this?
Those don't work together.
Oh. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay. Now I see. This is the area where we are probably connecting these, if I'm... Yes, it is. So does this work like... So do I need to put this also?
This is certainly a clue of some sort.
Okay.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
So I have to remember this, that you
I can't get them to fit.
connect these things down here. I'm trying to always press the right button. I don't know why.
This bears a closer look.
Want to shine some light on the matters flower speeches may win R and Owen. Okay. Nope. Desk with Bob. Can I do anything with this?
Nothing a little elbow grease can't undo.
Okay, now I have a desk lamp and a light bulb. Can I do anything with this?
I can't take that apart.
Okay, that's good to know. Without batteries, so it's empty. Cheese wheel with covered cheesecloth. So it has something else in it, so... But
that came apart rather easily.
okay, now we have a cheesecloth and wheel of aged cheese. That's nice. Okay, let's check what do we have now. I think I've read all the letters. Misunderstood by my client that you are a resourceful man. Okay, yeah. Decoded Message. I decoded this cryptic but rather irritating missive I found in Marston's room. Marston, submarine in place, continue to objective secure beacon on buoy of west shore. Make certain homing engage. Red light must blink. Additional, search island for signs of a Brit intel. Our agent reported safe in house with combination L28 R11 L49. Reports test base for new weapon in grotto. Access point unknown. Investigate and signal when ready for pickup. Seek Heil and Marston end. Marston a spy. I never would have suspect. Okay, so Marston is a German spy. Safe left 28, right 11 L49. So access point unknown to the grotto. Interesting. So, yeah, young reckless fool, and he's a spy. Save. Content combination. What else? What else? Newspaper clipping. Oh, drowned. Yes, we read about that. Navigating the Panama locks. Opened on August 15, 1914, cutting 7,872 miles from journey of a ship sailing from New York to San Francisco. Each lock is 300 meters long and 33 meters wide. The walls range in thickness from 15 meters at the base to 3 meters at the top. Originally, the locks were only planned to be 28.5 meters wide, but in 1908, the United States Navy... Okay. Entering from Bay of Panama on the Pacific Ocean side of the isthmus, the ship will travel the 50 miles of canal through a series of 6 locks and 2 lakes, first climbing through the Miraflores Lock to Miraflores Lake, the Pedro Miguel Locks to Gatun Lake, then descending through the Gatun Locks to the Atlantic. Landslides raised only 26 meters to Gatun Lake. Terrain was merciless, more than 4,000 wagons, each wagon capable of carrying 15 cubic meters of rock and soil, were used for the removal of the excavated material. They were pulled by 160 locomotives. 30 Litchgerwood unloaders were needed to unload them. Okay, to be honest, I don't think these are important to read. And 352 million became the largest expenditure of the United States government to the date. The French cost was 287 million. The expenses in lives was also the greatest in United States history. 80,000 persons took part in the construction of the canal. 30,000 lost their lives. Still, at the moment of the SS Ancon began its historic voyage through the locks. And I'm not certain that these are that important. Robson's diary. Okay, this I will read. This is probably important. I'll take a sip of coffee first. Okay, Robson's diary. That whole section of the house isn't really important to me anymore. I rarely venture past the game room. Despite his feeble protests, I know he wouldn't really want me invading his private sanctum, but really, you could not find more cliched way to conceal the secret passageway. I often wonder if Elmer has any sense at all. He might as well live at sea. It's the only place where he seems in control of his faculties. Truly, the albatross is the most graceful bird in motion. A photograph does it absolutely no justice. Most other birds that turn up on this benighted fly speck of an island look completely absurd flitting about. I must get away from here. I feel cooped up. If Elmer doesn't change his ways, and soon, he may discover how like an albatross I can be. Elmer tried to get me on the schooner again this afternoon. I barely made it to the dock. It's absurd, really, but I feel as if the entire ocean were a gaping bottomless pit, And any boat, no matter how large or seaworthy, is still a little more than a leaf capable of being sucked into the smothering darkness at any moment. Elmer can be stubborn, but at least he gives in to reason eventually. We are selling the house to Gabrielle Steele, the actress, and moving back to the mainland. Although I dread the ensuing trip across the channel, I told him I can certainly bear it knowing I never have to go near another island. Of course, it was just like Elmer to point out that England is an island. Very funny. I cannot say I'm much taken with Miss Steele. She sauntered through the house today as if she already owned it, practically ignoring us. She came with two small bookish men who followed her around like lapdogs. One of them was furiously taking notes as the diva dictated her grandiose plans for parts of the house, making no secret of her dislike of certain aspect, my precious birds, and her ideas for remodeling. A screening room. I can imagine her spending countless of hours in there watching her own films, basking in her own brilliance. Oh. But. Cliched way to conceal a secret passageway. In the library. Don't tell me it's... access using the books, maybe? Because these were found in the library or the study. And I don't see these as important books in that way. Sailing... No. Why would I need these informations at all? This is basically nothing. President Abraham Lincoln were incarcerated. One of these, Dr. Samuel A. Mudd, who treated John Wilkes Booth Blackman. These are interesting tidbits, but to be honest, nothing that connects to us and our situation. So let's go back to this room. Where was because we found the diary over here. They were somewhere over here. The problem is I can't remember. Can I just stick with like... Oh, is it color coded? Maybe? So what do we have? Panama locks was down. Oh, okay, yep, they are colored. Safe passage to the South Sea Island should be here.
I think I heard a click. I could be imagining it though.
Okay, so yeah, you need to put them on the right places, and this goes here.
I think I heard a click. I could be imagining it though.
And the last but not least goes here. Well, that is a little bit cliche. And basically you don't have to, you just have to match the sets. Okay, okay, I'll take that. So did it say? Yes, it did. So let's go and see what we can find from here. There's definitely something over here. We have a radio. British Admiralty, South Devon testing site, Rule Britannia. Can I...
This is an odd sort of power cord. Doesn't seem to fit into a regular socket.
Okay.
It's a shortwave radio. It could be useful if I could get it working. It seems to be missing quite a few parts. It's a shortwave radio.
Okay.
It could be useful if I could get it working. It seems to be missing quite a few parts.
What did I get? I think I got vacuum tube Mark 305 GT. Yeah, the one radio is missing also parts.
Rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves. Britons never will be slaves. Oh, makes the eyes water a bit.
Just a tad. Anyways,
It's a shortwave radio. It could be useful if I could get it working. It seems to be missing quite a few parts.
anything else we can take from here? I don't think this... Yeah, this just closes this.
Boxes. Nothing of use in them. Boxes. Nothing of use in them.
Okay, yeah.
Boxes. Nothing of use in them.
Fine.
Boxes. Nothing of use in them.
Okay. Excuse me. Card, medical alert. Wait. What was the thing we got from here? Did I?
I've already learned
Okay.
all I can.
So we am done with that. So it...
This could use a closer look.
Talk is cheap and rumors can be ugly. Keep your secrets safe. R and Owen. On. UN. Okay.
Boxes. Nothing of use in them.
So... Okay, what was the numbers? We could try those. Left 28, right 11. Okay, I think I need to write that down. I think we have do we actually have a... Yes. Okay. So L28, R11, L49. I probably... Well, no, I cannot. Close. So left 28. 25, 26, 27, 28. Right 11. That's quite a lot. Hopefully I'm doing this. And 49.
I think I heard a click. I could be imagining it, though.
You could be, but we should be able to open this now, I hope.
Aha! It's open.
No idea what we are going to find from here. Even more boxes, probably. I think that's sturdy rubber raft. Okay, that's good to know. Wait.
It looks like there might be a sliding panel here.
Okay, that's good to know.
It looks like there might be a sliding panel here.
So how do I slide? And there's a stuff over there, but I cannot interact with that. So this is the sliding panel, probably. Do I have anything I can use? Which would make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
That did not make any sense. Okay. Small packet of sewing needles. I don't think we're gonna use those.
It looks like there might be a sliding panel here.
Okay. Let's check this first. Well, we have different letters. AEEHLRSSTUW. Interesting, and this has burn marks. I can't interact with these at all. So I'm missing something. But what am I missing? Anything I could try to use? Card.
That isn't going to help. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, maybe not. I'm guessing we're definitely missing something, and that sliding panel also needs something. Well. Oh, what is that book? How did I miss that? A History of South Devon Coast.
I transcribed the pertinent passages in my notebook.
Okay, that might be interesting. It's at least this fishing villages dot the south coast of Devon, tucked in the bays and the protected mouths of rivers. The rugged cliffs bounded by heavy seas and skirted by the treacherous currents certainly have seen more than their share of shipwrecks over the centuries. After 1815, soldiers returning from the Napoleonic Wars took up smuggling in the area. Shipwreck Island, due to its isolated nature, became a base for smuggling and wrecking operations. The gang of smugglers and wreckers lived in the stone huts in the cove on the southwestern side of the island. There is rumored to be a system of natural caves that the gang used to store its plunder within. The gang, led by one Thomas Lawler, was eventually brought to account, and Lawler was hanged in 1821. Okay, so, well, that definitely makes it so that we probably have... Didn't we have a map of this area? I think we had a map. Yes.
This could use a closer look.
So this... Yeah, probably... There's definitely some things to be found from here, I'm guessing, because, yeah, like the book said. Up and close. And what else? I think I've done the most things. Do I need to go to the dining room? I want to check, can I stuck anything inside this radio now? I do have... I don't think this works, but let's try.
I won't do that. This is neither the time nor the place.
Okay, a lamp definitely not. That would not make any sense at all, but So we are missing still some stuff. Okay. I might take it for now. So we need probably three things to fix this. So. What happens if I try to go to the dining room? Oh. Let's hear.
Aha! With my ear against the door, the conversation becomes quite clear.
Wine, Doctor?
No, thank you, Rogers. I never touch alcohol. Except for sterilizing wounds or instruments, of course.
I tried to collect some apples from an orchard on the island, but a bee stung me. I'm afraid I dropped the basket and ran. No need to apologize. I myself am dreadfully allergic to bees, wasps, hornets. I'm sorry to hear there are bees here. Oh, you must take care. There's all sorts of those bee house things. What do you call it?
An apiary.
Oh, I thought that was for monkeys.
Ethel.
Miss Claythorne, we've never met, but I do seem to recall your name.
Oh?
Yes. From when I stayed at that stuffy old hotel near St. Trednick. Do you know it?
No. No, I don't think so.
Really? How extraordinary. I was so shocked.
Narracott says he's not Fred Fane, but his brother. It may well be, but he bears watching.
Seems like such a nice man.
They said the same thing about Stevenson, the child murderer. I confess I've never met our host, Mr. Owen. What kind of a man is he? Rogers?
We haven't seen the Owens either, sir. We were only engaged a week ago by letter, and asked to make the house ready.
So no one has actually met the Owens.
How extraordinary.
I, for one, will have some sharp questions for the Owens when they do arrive.
Interesting. And wait a minute. The voice actor for the where is it? That sounded familiar. Female voice actress. Where was it? Sorry, this text. Emily Brent. Her voice actress has been in Star Wars and Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, but also Gabriel Knight 3, Estelle Stiles, definitely similar sounding. Gears of War. If you played Gears of War, you know her as a Queen Myrrah. And in Mass Effect series, she is Dr. Chakwas. And Dragon Age Keeper Marret. Wait, what? Keeper... something? Keeper Marret. It annoyingly cuts off. Let me see it properly. Where is it? Obviously I can't find it as fast as I need. Okay, Keeper Marret something. Keeper Maritari. And other voices also. But yes, definitely Queen Myrrah, Chakwas, Dr. Chakwas, and Estelle Stiles. From the Keeper Knight. So now that's over. Wait a minute. She said something about being allergic to bees. Just gonna check one thing. Just the one thing. Yeah, 6 little sailor boys playing with the hive. A bumblebee stung one and then there were 5. Could that mean that someone is going to be stung by a bee? Stung by a bee, stung by... Anyways, maybe, maybe not. Let's see if I can go to the kitchen. Can I find something from there? Anyone in here? Nope, empty.
The refrigerator hardly seems large enough for a house of this size.
Oh, right, yeah. I can listen again.
Aha! With my ear against the door, the conversation becomes quite clear.
Did anyone else see the poem over the fireplace?
10 little sailor boys? Yes, I saw it.
And here before us as the centerpiece of our table are the 10 little sailor boys themselves, all looking correct and polished.
I like a neat and tidy house, Your Honor.
Robson, the man who built this house, was a sailor. Perhaps Mr. Owen inherited them from him.
Another question for Mr. Owen.
As I remember, the rhyme was about soldier boys. Highly inappropriate, as I recall.
There are many variations.
You seem to know quite a bit about it, Miss Claythorne.
I was a governess before seeking secretarial work. Governesses spend a lot of time with nursery rhymes.
All gratuitously gruesome, if you ask me. So much violence in the world today.
Sometimes violence is necessary, Miss Brent.
There speaks a soldier for you.
A realist, Miss Brent, not a dreamer. If action needs to be taken, I, for one, am fully prepared to take it.
How does the famous rhyme go, Miss Claythorne?
Must we harp on this topic at dinner?
Miss Brent may be right, Mr. Marston. The rhyme is a bit gruesome. It's there over the fireplace in the parlor if you care to have a look later.
If you think so.
Excellent meal, Rogers. My compliments to both you and your good woman. You've done your employers proud.
Thank you, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Most gratifying, I'm sure. After dinner, drinks will be served in the front parlor.
Ladies and gentlemen, silence please. This is your host, UN Owen. You are charged with the following indictments. Edward George Armstrong, that you did upon the 14th day of March 1925 cause the death of Louisa Mary Cleese. Emily Caroline Brent, that upon the 5th of November 1931 you were responsible for the death of Beatrice Taylor. William Henry Blore, that you brought about the death of James Stephen Landor on October 10th, 1928. Vera Elizabeth Claythorne, that on the 11th day of August 1935 you killed Cyril Ogilvy Hamilton. Philip Lombard, that upon a date in February 1932 you were guilty of the death of 21 men, members of an East African tribe. John Gordon Mackenzie, that on the 4th of January 1917 you deliberately sent your wife's lover Arthur Richmond to his death. Anthony James Marston, that upon the 14th day of November last you were guilty of the murder of John and Lucy Combs. Thomas Rogers and Ethel Rogers, that on the 6th of May 1929 you brought about the death of Jennifer Brady. Lawrence John Wargrave, that upon the 10th day of June 1934 you were guilty of the murder of Edward Seaton. Prisoners at the bar, have you anything to say in your defense?
Doctor! I only fainted, Rogers. I'm sure she'll be fine. Narracott, you get my bag from my room?
Yes, of course.
Stout fellow. Marston, in a moment I'll want help to get her to her room. Of course.
Behind the kitchen, is it, Rogers?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You can use that door.
Well, that changed a little bit. Yes. Now we need to...
Please, Narracott, I need my bag as soon as possible.
ASAP. Okay, we are going to get your bag. It's... Can I get... Yeah, I think I can get through here. Now if I remember the room. Okay. Bathroom. Was it on the left side? What was this room? No. This was the police or detectives room. What is this? Now I can't remember. No. Who was this?
I'd almost swear I recognize that chap. Does he have the eyes of a killer?
No, this is not. Oh, this is the... I think they're the ladies. Right. Well, this is awkward. I probably need to go through every room at the moment. No, this is...
It's a small waste paper bin. It's empty.
What's this Vera's room? Can't... Oh. No. A little bit here. Maybe this. No. Again, why? I can check this. It seems like I need something, but maybe not at the moment. Oh no, that's the door to linen cabinet, if I remember correctly. Yes. So it's one of these. Oh, can't see over there.
I don't think going through that would help.
No.
Either he's innocent, in which case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or he's guilty, and surely wouldn't be daft enough to leave any evidence in his luggage.
Yep, I know. I wasn't supposed to click it. I'm sorry. Not my intention. So it's probably this one. Ah, yeah, I think it's this one. Yes, there it is. Can I open this? No. I wish I could have opened it because I want to know where the poison is now. So the doctor is okay. Yep. Right. Where are they now? Oh. Here's the... Can I play it again?
This is neither the time nor the place.
I can.
I don't think that's appropriate.
Okay, I can get the bulb, two missing bulbs from there. But I'll leave that later. I'll check if I can get them. Where were the servants' quarters? I'm guessing they're there. Is it? Am I going in the right way? Yes. Let's see if they're here. And here's the medical bag.
Thank you, Mr. Narracott. I am in your debt.
Yes, you are.
Perhaps we can talk later. For now, I must see to my patient.
Okay. And I can't talk to her at all. Anyone in here? Again, nothing I can interact with it with. Am I now allowed to use that record player?
Now, Rogers, tell us about that extraordinary voice.
It was Mr. Owen, sir. In his letter, he wrote to me to put it on the gramophone once you were all settled in here after dinner.
That was Mr. Owen's voice?
You doubt that it was?
No. I thought I recognized it. I'm sure I'm mistaken.
A disgraceful practical joke.
You think it was a joke?
What else could it be?
I will need to hear more evidence before offering an opinion.
Mr. Marston and I carried Mrs. Rogers to her room. I gave her a mild sedative. She's resting comfortably.
Whoever it was on that recording, that person knows or has taken the trouble to find out a good deal about us all. He was correct about Seton. I presided at the trial, but all I did was execute a guilty man.
I remember the case. As I recall, there was some talk.
Happily, guilt and innocence are decided by those of us qualified to make a judgment, not by gossip. Of course, there is one omission in that recording. Mr. Narracott, of course. Although to hear Mr. Blore tell it, he might have earned a place on that list had Mr. Owen been so inclined.
Ooh. I can talk, but am I allowed to use this now?
That isn't going to help. That isn't such a good idea.
Come on. Let's try this again.
No need to listen to this side again.
Can I flip it then?
This could use a closer look. I wonder what's recorded on this side.
Oh, what was that?
Nothing else to see about that.
Okay, I can flip it, so let's see.
This is neither the time nor the place. I don't think that's appropriate.
Seriously? Oh.
I'm pleased to see at least one of you has thought to turn the record over. Any good house party should include party games. This weekend is no exception. I have devised several little games of the mind to challenge your wits, and I hope you find the rewards for each to be worth the effort. You'll have to discover my little amusements on your own, however. I've scattered them all over this delightful island retreat. I hope that you will find them suitably entertaining.
Well, that's rather curious. Can I listen to that again?
I'm pleased to see at
Yes, I
least
can.
one of you has thought to turn the record over. Any good house party should include party games. This weekend is no exception. I have devised several little games of the mind to challenge your wits, and I hope you find the rewards for each to be worth the effort. You'll have to discover my little amusements on your own, however. I've scattered them all over this delightful island retreat. I hope that you will find them suitably entertaining.
Do you want to play a game? Okay, let's take... Can I take it? No, but I'll take these.
Perhaps another time.
Yes, perhaps. I can't take the disc LP anymore. But I don't think I need it, if I'm completely honest. But what we can do is to try and fix this radio. And probably the other radio also. But let's start with this.
It needs something to improve the reception.
Okay. What do we have? Do we have anything we can use? Copper wire, maybe?
This is neither the time nor the place. That isn't going to help. Perhaps another time.
Come on. Yeah, I know.
I can't take that apart. I'm afraid it's stuck that way. It needs something to improve the reception. It needs something to improve the reception.
Okay. Oh, okay. Can I use the other radio? That's one thing I want to try also before I talk to you guys. I'm guessing I need to talk to them. But before that, I'll see if I can use the radio over here. Also, I could take a quick break and get something to drink. So, be right back. And back, let's see. Can I do anything with this?
Perhaps another time.
No. But not the third one.
It's a shortwave radio. It could be useful if I could get it working. It seems to be missing quite a few parts.
Okay, so I'm still missing something. It's not just...
This is an odd sort of power cord. Doesn't seem to fit into a regular socket.
Okay, so we are missing definitely something for this. And also we are missing something for the other radio. I think there was something in the kitchen. I'll go check the... Can I... Anything in here? No. I could go check the kitchen. I don't know why you can't just run behind the stairs, because there's probably opening there. I could go and check her. You okay?
Now is not the time for chatter.
Okay, and I can't even check the bag, but she's alive at the moment. Don't know really what happened. Maybe she just fainted. Oh right, it was in the pantry, if I remember correctly.
I don't need to lug this around with me.
Yeah, there's some wire over here, but
No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping.
Well, okay, I have a large metal scoop. Okay, now I have a small amount of flour. Apparently it's important. I'll keep those.
The larder is very well stocked. The larder is very well stocked.
Okay. I guess we need something to use on that rope. I probably...
To go out in that storm now would be reckless and foolhardy.
Yes, it would. Let's go through here. Nothing has changed, I think. Do you have any comment?
Little sailor boys. Charming.
Well, yes, charming, I'm sure. So I think it's best go back to the parlor and start talking. You first. Any truth that accusation against you? What's the gossip concerning the Seaton case? Thank you for... Let's start with this. Then I'm going with this.
What was the gossip concerning the Seaton case?
I'm not one to spread gossip to just anyone about a man as distinguished as Justice Wargrave. If I was certain about it, perhaps. But I'm not.
Okay, so maybe later then. Any truth?
Any truth to the accusation against you?
It's a matter of interpretation, you understand. But I'd have to say, yes.
Well, that was certainly interesting turn of events.
Will you tell me how it happened?
Elderly woman. Poor devil. I'd been up all night with an emergency case. My nerves were shot, hands shaking. But I had to operate. I had to try and save her. I had a pick-me-up or two to steady myself, but I bungled it. It wasn't the drink, I swear. It was an accident. Could have happened to anyone in my profession.
Interesting. But at least he's not hiding it. Although he might be omitting a few details. Anyway, what brought you here?
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
Owen sent me a note, asking me to have a look at his wife, who's been suffering from arthritis and muscle spasms.
Thank you for your time, Doctor.
Well, that's definitely checks out with the letter we found from his belongings. But again, there's no reason to lie about that. You, sir. Let's start with the first one.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
The name sounded vaguely familiar. I expect it will come to me.
Okay. And what brought you here?
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
Got a wire from a pal of mine, Badger Barkley. Surprised me at the time because I had an idea the old horse had gone to Norway. Told me to roll up here.
That will be enough, Mr. Marston.
Interesting. And you, sir?
Any truth to the accusation against you?
It's true we were the only ones there the night Miss Brady died. But she was always in poor health. Always. From the time we came to her.
Right. What happened?
Will you tell me how it happened?
There was a storm, as fierce as the one brewing outside right now when she was taken bad. The telephone was out of order. I went for the doctor on foot, but he got there too late.
Were you mentioned in the will?
Barely. Certainly not what we were led to believe. She was just saying it, you see, to ensure our devotion to her. Beg pardon. I'm not sure what came over me just then. The strain of tonight, I expect, and worry over Mrs. Rogers, of course.
Of course. Yeah, it was fortuitous that the phone was not working, so you had to walk. Right.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
We expected to finally meet Mr. and Mrs. Owen today. Ethel didn't want to take the job, but I insisted. I'm beginning to wish I'd listened to her.
Very kind of you to give me your time, Mr. Rogers.
So, let's continue discussing with other people. I'll start with these two, then continue over there. Okay.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
Look, Narracott, if that's what you want to call yourself. The rules have changed. Can't you see that? The past is past. It's the present we should be worrying about. Something is not right here.
You're absolutely correct, sir.
Will you tell me how it happened?
All right, all right. Perhaps I was doing the odd favor for the Purcells. But if your brother was framed, I had nothing to do with it. Yes, they paid me to perjure myself about Landor. Thanks to them, I was able to put enough away to set up my own detective agency. Nothing fancy, but I've been straight ever since, I swear.
Landor died.
He got penal servitude for life and died in Dartmoor a year later. Not my fault he was such a delicate man.
Well, aren't you a model citizen?
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
I run a little detective agency in Plymouth these days. I'm on a job. To protect Mrs. Owen's jewels, the letter said. Mrs. Owen, my foot. I don't believe there's any such person.
Good evening, Mr. Bloor.
So, and you, Mrs. Dr. Chakwas, or Queen Mira, or Estelle Styles?
Any truth to the accusation against you?
I have always acted in accordance with the dictates of my conscience. I have nothing with which to reproach myself.
Of course. Okay, so what happened?
Will you tell me how it happened?
It was some time before I found out she was what they call in trouble. Her parents were decent folk, too. I'm glad to say they did not condone her behavior when I told them of it.
What happened to Beatrice?
Naturally, I did not keep her an hour under my roof. No one shall ever say that Emily Brent condoned immorality.
How did she die?
Not content with having one sin on her conscience, she committed a still graver sin. She took her own life, threw herself in the river. If she had behaved like a decent young woman, she'd be alive today.
You have no regrets?
She made an excellent breakfast. I miss that. Fresh juice every day.
What a charming person you are. I overheard you mention Saint Tredenick to Miss Claythorne.
I overheard you mention St. Trednick to Miss Claythorne.
I was staying at a seaside hotel near St. Trednick this same week of August 4 years ago. That boy Cyril Hamilton drowned near there. It was the talk of the town. His half-brother was much older. Hugo, I think his name was. Cyril was a vile child, by all accounts, but first in line for the family title and estates. When he died, it all went to Hugo. He was just about Miss Claythorne's age. There was talk of something between them.
You're suggesting Vera let the boy drown so the man she loved could inherit?
That would be idle gossip. I don't indulge in idle gossip. I've only told you the facts of the case as I remember them.
Well, yeah, that's... she was found with Hugo at the time of the drowning, but it could be a total accident. Okay.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
I received a letter with a signature that was not very easy to read. It purported to be from a woman I'd met at a certain summer resort 2 or 3 years ago. I am quite certain I have never met or become friendly with anyone of the name of Owen.
I won't take up any more of your time, Miss Brent.
So far, most of the guests in here are tied to some sort of a death, killing or otherwise. Not necessarily pulling the trigger themselves, but at least be partially guilty of what happened to person. No, those are not nothing. I thought they were something. Anyways, let's start with him. Accusations.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
Owen did his research well. The accusation is absolutely true. I don't see that you've earned the right to any details, though.
So,
will you tell me how it happened?
Oh, it was written up in the papers at the time. A story of self-preservation, pure and simple. A hunting party lost in the bush. The great white hunter checks the food supplies, assesses his chances, and clears out on his own.
Leaving 21 men to die.
Not very Puka Sahib, I'm afraid.
okay. And why are you here?
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
Owen's attorney, a man named Archibald Morris, rang up one day. Wanted to give me 100 guineas to join this house party. I was to put myself at Owen's disposal in case my rather specialized talents were required.
Right.
What specialized talents would those be?
You might say I'm a good man in a scrap.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Lombard.
Interesting history Shipwreck Island has. I studied up on it before I came down.
What are the names of those two people I'm accused of killing?
John and Lucy Combs. I made a note of it.
Must have been a couple of kids I ran over near Cambridge. Beastly bad luck.
For them, or for you?
Well, I was thinking for me, but of course you're right, sir. It was damned bad luck on them. Of course it was a pure accident. They rushed out of some cottage or other. Beastly nuisance. English roads are hopeless, of course. Can't get up a decent pace on them. Well, anyway, it wasn't my fault. This man is dead.
Okay, can I talk to you?
Do you think it was suicide?
You conduct yourself well, Mr. Narracott, if you don't mind my saying so. Mr. Blore has told us that you are not what you appear, yet you told him you were not a detective.
No, sir. But I've read many detective novels. I even had one of those junior detective kits when I was a boy. Magnifying glass, fingerprint powder.
Junior detective kit. Wonderful.
Ah, an amateur sleuth then. You appear to have something of a gift for it.
About the suicide, Judge.
I'm not yet prepared to offer an opinion.
So did you know Marston?
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
I knew his father, the Duke, and his elder brother. Like so many younger sons of his class, Anthony Marston was a bit of a wastrel, as you will have gathered. There were other rumors of late, of his dabbling in politics, but this is not the proper forum for that discussion.
What do you think that record means?
May I answer that in a moment after asking a question of my own?
Of course.
Does anyone know Mr. Owen's full name?
My letter was signed only U.N. Owen.
Yes, U.N. Owen. Or, by a slight stretch of fancy, unknown. I'll now answer your question, Mr. Narracott. The name, the recording, the circumstances under which all but you were lured to this island. I have no doubt in my mind that we have been invited here by a madman. Very possibly a dangerous, homicidal lunatic.
Okay, and why did you retire?
Why did you retire, Judge?
I know there was talk about my competence, even my ego running wild, but the truth of it is very simple. My health. A lifetime sentencing my fellow man, and now a higher power has passed judgment on me.
I appreciate your candor, Judge.
Well, that's it then. Choke.
Marston choked to death?
You can call it choking if you like. He died of asphyxiation, right enough.
So, poison perhaps?
Was Marston poisoned?
Can't say exactly. Everything points to one of the cyanides. No distinctive smell of prussic acid. Probably potassium cyanide. It acts pretty well instantaneously.
Hmm. Whiskey?
Was there something in the whiskey?
Yes, without a doubt.
Do you think it was suicide?
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Could he have been murdered?
Not my line of country. I'm a doctor, not a detective.
I'm a doctor, not a pool man.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
Not I. Personally or professionally.
And record.
What do you think that record means?
A disgraceful and heartless practical joke, I suppose.
Good evening, Doctor.
Somehow I don't think it was a practical joke. Okay, can I check the body now? I really cannot.
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
Yes. In my experience, certain types of individuals, when faced with their sin, will then commit the greater one.
Let's be honest, Marston wasn't really that bothered that he apparently ran over 2 kids. So with that in mind, I don't think he's a guy who decides to kill himself when heard the recording.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No.
What do you think that record means?
There is something very peculiar about it.
I won't take up any more of your time, Miss Brent.
Peculiar. Okay, thank you.
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
I shouldn't have said Mr. Marston was a suicidal type of gentleman at all.
Well, that I agree.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
Never clapped eyes on him. And who gave you the authority to question us?
You're under no obligation to answer me. What do you think that record means?
I don't like it. Not one bit. Very queer, the whole situation.
Thanks, Blore.
Yes, definitely queer. Anyways, I'm interested about that glass. Before I talk to those, I'll check if I can see the glass. Can I use something to pick that up? I mean, I don't know if there's any point to...
Perhaps another time.
I have turkey baster. What happens if I put these together?
Seems so obvious in retrospect.
Can I...
I won't do that.
Where's the glass? There, Marston.
The flour stuck to bits of it.
Okay, now I'm a little worried. What do I do next? What can I use? I have ink pad. Can I use this?
Those don't work together.
Okay, ink stamp.
They don't get along.
No, they won't. I'm quite close getting the fingerprints. Can I?
I can't see anything of interest.
Oh, but we do have a tape.
Aha! A fingerprint.
Yeah, I have played Gabriel Knight 3. I know how this works. Maybe.
Let me examine this further.
So we have one fingerprint, yes. Could we get a fingerprint from the packages? I don't know. I don't know what I can do with this at the moment. But we will find out.
I don't need it, and I'm no pack rat.
I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me. I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me.
Okay. I'll do one thing first. I'll go and check if I can do anything with them. With a suitcase or something like that. Okay, I can't remember where it was.
It would certainly be noticed if I rifled through his luggage. I better not.
Yes, it wasn't here. No, but we do have...
Nothing out of order in here. I'd best not take anything, though. I'm sure he would notice.
Okay, this is back in here. Fine. That was the bathroom. Here's the
I
suit.
don't think going through that would help. Either he's innocent, in which case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or he's guilty, and surely wouldn't be daft enough to leave any evidence in his luggage.
Yes. Unfortunately, again, I cannot keep... Oh, one thing first. Can I?
No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping.
So I cannot take that. Oh, but can I... Sorry. Can I use... Where is it?
I won't do that.
No, we cannot interact with that.
I don't think that's appropriate. There is no cause for that.
Okay.
I don't think that's appropriate.
Because I don't know what to do with the fingerprints if we don't have anything to compare with. I think here was the... Because why can I do anything now? Where's the turkey baster? Or what I like to call oh, interesting. There's definitely something I can do with.
The flower stuck to bits of it.
Yeah, I was thinking that we need to get the fingerprints. There's the tape.
This is a good reference print for Mr. Marston.
Okay, now we have Marston's. Can we check this?
This appears to match Marston's fingerprint.
Okay. So that's good. I don't know what that helps. I have to go and check if I can...
Nothing else to see about that.
Can I get any other fingerprint? There is this. Can I get a fingerprint from that? I know he was touching it, so that would...
I won't do that.
No.
It appears to be a portrait of the general. Must be quite old. He's standing with a very young woman. It's signed, "To John, my husband, Leslie."
Yeah, That is interesting because it would be nice to have the other people's fingerprints also.
It
Again,
would certainly be noticed if I rifled through her luggage. I'd better not.
but for some reason, that is not a possibility. Can I use it on here? Oh,
The flower stuck to bits of it.
okay, so we can use it on some stuff.
This is a good reference print for Miss Brent.
So now we have a Miss Brent's.
Let me examine this further.
Nice. Okay, I definitely need to go and check the other people's rooms and see if I can get fingerprints. Come on. Okay, nothing.
I think I recognize this lady. Perhaps she owned the house in the past. Who knows? She may still.
Right.
It would certainly be noticed if I rifled through her luggage. I'd better not.
But what do we have here?
This is a fairly sparse makeup case. Vera isn't the type to use much makeup, though.
Okay, so we have Vera's.
The flower stuck to bits of it.
The one thing that is a little bit annoying is that I can't use the other bags to collect fingerprints.
This is a good reference print for Miss Claythorne. Not that I think she's capable of murder.
Are you so sure about it? I wouldn't be that sure about it. Okay,
I guess Owen made sure no clocks in the house are working. This one is stopped.
fine.
I don't think going through that would help. Either he's innocent, in which case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or he's guilty, and surely wouldn't be daft enough to leave any evidence in his luggage.
Yeah, but can I use the paster steel, or is it because I can't zoom in? Yeah, we can't use it on this, which is sad. There's something over there. Right. Oh,
Tile and marble. Quite expensive from the look of it.
oh right, I totally forgot we could probably use the bathrooms also. Maybe? I don't know. So do we have...
This clock is stopped.
It seems so.
Polished marble spheres and some books. Nothing worth investigating further.
Okay, okay. So nothing we can do in here. I'm not gonna click that because... Oh, but can I take the fingerprints from here? I should be able. If we're working in... If it's working like the other fingerprints. Where is the turkey baster?
The flower stuck to bits of it. This is a good reference print for Dr. Armstrong.
So we have both of the ladies and Marston and Edward Armstrong. We are still missing. Now I'm thinking that
No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping.
This would almost seem like we should probably get a fingerprint from that, but again, I might be totally wrong and it doesn't work on it. No.
I won't do that.
Nope. And because we cannot zoom in for this.
It's a marble sculpture of an elephant.
And
I don't think that's appropriate. That isn't such a good idea.
yeah, apparently we cannot take the fingerprints off from them. But there are a few things I could check. One is from here. There's the this. Can I get a fingerprint out of here? Yes.
The flower stuck to bits of it.
I was thinking why I can't zoom in.
This is a good reference print for Thomas Rogers.
So we have Thomas Rogers. Can we get somebody else's? No. I'm trying to think anything else. Maybe can we... There's Blow's notebook. Can I combine that with the paster?
I can't get them to fit.
Okay, can I...
They don't get along.
Birds... Diary, rubber raft. Empty pouch. I don't think we need to use that. But where is she? She's gone. No. I wasn't supposed to go out. I wanted to go here. Nothing? What about the kitchen? Oh, this is weird. Nothing has changed. No.
10 little sailor boys.
Charming. Charming to the last. Like I said, I need to go back and talk to the rest of the people. There really isn't a way I can get the fingerprints. At least it seems so. So let's talk to him first.
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
He didn't seem particularly remorseful. Of course, the record might have set him off somehow. A new incident long after the fact may create a strong feeling of guilt or fear. Wouldn't you say, Doctor?
Possible. Quite possible.
I don't bite.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
Heard of him, but we'd never crossed paths or swords.
Okay. Record.
What do you think that record means?
There is something wrong with this entire weekend, and especially with our host, Mr. Owen.
I believe we're all coming around to that conclusion.
Yes, but I know something you don't, Judge.
What is that?
I recognize the voice on that recording, and it was definitely not Mr. Owen.
Who was it?
Not so fast, Narracott. Not until I think things through a bit more.
Good evening, Mr. Lombard.
So you recognize the voice, okay.
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
You'd never think he would kill himself. He was so alive. When he came down that hill in his car, he looked... Oh, I can't explain.
Right.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No, I'm sure I would have remembered.
Steady, Miss Claythorne. The lad had his faults, you know.
Right. Record?
What do you think that record means?
It was unfair, what it said. Very unfair.
Unfair maybe, but how truthful? Remarkably perceptive girl, Miss Claythorne.
You seem to be a remarkably perceptive girl, Miss Claythorne.
Why, thank you, Mr. Narracott.
Is there anything you can tell me about our fellow castaways?
Castaways? You make it sound so...
Romantic?
I was going to say dramatic. Let me see. No one has confided any secrets to me, I'm afraid. Oh, except one.
That is...
I really don't know you well enough to answer you.
A good evening to you, Miss Claythorne. Stay safe.
Oh yeah, you need to get their trust. And you, sir. Suicide.
Do you think it was suicide?
How dare you? My wife died of natural causes, sir. A long illness, nothing more.
I meant Marston.
Marston? No honor in him that I could see.
Okay.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No, I don't think so. Not a military man, I'd wager. Lombard now. He reminds me of someone from my command. But the name wasn't Lombard.
And about the record.
What do you think that record means?
Ugly. After 30 years. Ugly thing to say.
Good evening, General.
Where have you been, Rogers?
I went to check on my wife, sir. She is resting comfortably. But I'm afraid I have some distressing news.
Oh?
One of the china figures of a sailor boy has been broken off.
Chapter 2. 9 little sailor boys sat up very late. One overslept himself, and then there were 8.
Filthy night. I tried to go out to get some more wood for the fire, but the wind drove me back.
A storm like that will keep us all indoors.
My apologies for the accommodations, Mr. Narracott, but all the beds are taken.
Makes one wonder where the Owens were planning to sleep, doesn't it?
A good servant follows instructions, sir. He does not question his employer, unless you'd like to share the deceased's room with the corpse.
This will do fine. Thank you, Rogers.
I'll wish you a good night then, sir.
Everyone should be sound asleep by now. Good time for a little stealth work.
Right. Might end this episode right here. And next time we will continue stealthing. I still need... How many prints I have? Not that many. Emily, Claythorne, Armstrong and Rogers. We need Lombard. Alright. It appears that only Marston's prints were on his glass. If this was not a suicide, the killer must have wiped the glass down or perhaps never even touched the glass. Yeah, that's true. So Marston is dead. We need Lombard, Mackenzie's, Wargraves, Blores, Rogers, and... Didn't we... Yep, we need few fingerprints more. So we managed to get Thomas. We don't have Ethel's. Okay. Did we get anything Owen? Under rather suspicious circumstances, each person here was invited by an unknown host. One you and Owen. Unknown. Shipwreck Island. Safe. We opened that already. Fingerprints. Yes. So I think we're done with that. And next episode, yes, we are definitely going to sneaking. I don't know what we're going to use the cheese for. We have a raft. We need to get the radios working, but I'm thinking we need to get some more stuff. So yeah, quite a turn of events. One fainted, one dead, and lots of secrets. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye.